What is up, guys? It is your Whatever Club Heavyweight Champion, the Shotgun Mike Straube here. And just like I said yesterday when I make my prediction video, I'm pulling double duty today. I'm making a POC post show for both Backlash, which I don't know why I keep calling it Payback for some reason. I apologize if that seems confusing at all. But Backlash and for Clash of Champions last night. So we're going to start with Backlash, being that was the latter of the two, being that Clash of Champions was just last night. Alright, so my list is not in order of matches for both shows, so forgive me if I don't go in order, if I don't go in complete order, just because I'm just kind of rushed this tonight, because I knew I had to kind of get this up for you guys, so forgive me. Alright, so first match was the Intercontinental Championship match. It was the Miz, first match for Backlash, I should say. Miz versus Dolph Ziggler for the IC title. I had the Miz, Nick and Brandon had Ziggler. Miz won, so I was 1-0. Nick and Brandon were 0-1. The next match I have on here was Wyatt versus Orton. That didn't happen. So we had predictions for that. We didn't count it, being that it didn't happen. However, I'll go down to the end of my list because that's just where I happen to put it. We had Kane versus Bray Wyatt in place of Orton in a no-holds-barred match, I believe it was. And Kane got the win. So that put Nick at 1-1, being he got that. Actually, no, my bad. I should say that put Nick and I both at 1-1, and Brandon at 0-2. And so next was the first of the two tag team title tournament finishes and stuff. It was the Usos versus the Hype Bros. All three of us had the Hype Bros. We all got that one wrong. Nick and I went 1-3. Nick and I, 1-2. Brandon 0-3. And to merge right into that, the tag team title match, it was the Usos versus Heath Slater and Rhino. I had Heath Slater and Rhino. Nick and Brandon had the Usos. Slater and Rhino won, so I got that one. So I went to 2-2. Nick went to 1-3. Brandon went to 0-4. Next match was the six-pack challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We each got 2 picks for that. So I picked Nikki and Alexa Bliss. Nick picked Nikki and Natty. And Brandon picked Natty and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch won, so Brandon got that one right, making me 2-3. Nick 1 I believe, Nick 1-4, and Brandon 1-4. And last but not least, it was AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose. All three of us had Dean Ambrose, which is surprising because we all love AJ Styles so much. AJ Styles won, which makes us very happy. However, we all get that one wrong, but that put me at 2-5. This is also the final scores. Me at 2-5. Nick and Brandon both at 1-6. That made me the winner for Backlash. Brandon and Nick were both tied for last place. However, being that Brandon had immunity from TakeOver / SummerSlam, Nick got caught with the loss. So he'll be getting another punishment, which will be determined in the near future. Okay, so yes, I have papers. I apologize, guys. It's 11:15 at night, and I am tired. All right, so moving into Clash of Champions. First, we had the pre-show match, Alicia Fox versus Nia Jax. Nick and I got that one right, picking Nia Jax, while Brandon got that one wrong, Alicia Fox. Nick and I 1-0, Brandon 0-1. Moving into the main card, we had TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick. All three of us had TJP. TJP came out victorious, just like we all said he would. Alright, so Nick and I 2-0, Brandon 1-1. Cesaro and Sheamus, next match, the best of 7 finished in a no contest, so we didn't count that one because, just so you guys know how this works for us, unless there's a clear-cut winner, pretty much unless there's a clear-cut winner, or in the case of a title match, if the titles change hands or is retained, we count it. So say just like a no contest or a draw or something like that, we don't count the match. So in the case of Cesaro, excuse me. Like I said, guys, it's late over here. In the case of Cesaro versus Sheamus, went to no contest, so no one got points for that because you couldn't get a winner. However, moving into the next match, U.S. title, Rusev versus Roman Reigns. All three of us picked Roman. All three of us were correct. As much as I'm happy I got the prediction right, but I'm also not that happy that Roman became champion. Whatever. Let's just move on while we can. Alright, so next match was Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho. Nick and Brandon were in a losing effort here, picking Sami Zayn, while I chose the gift of Jericho. Drink it in, man. And that put me at, well, according to the way I have it listed, that put me at 4-0. That put Nick at 3-1, and that put Brandon at 2-2. Next was the triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. It was Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Bayley. Charlotte won, so Nick got that one right. Brandon and I got that one wrong because we all each picked one, which actually worked out in our favors. So that put me actually that put me at 4-1-1 because we're also counting the Cesaro Sheamus match in our records. So excuse me for not including that earlier. That put Nick at 4-1-1, and that put Brandon at 2-3-1. Alright, so then next we had New Day versus Gallows and Anderson for the tag team titles. New Day won. I'm sorry, New Day, you know I love you. Just like I said in the prediction, you know that New Day rocks. However, I mean, it's starting to get a little old, guys. I'm sorry, but it is. But yeah, they won. They retained their titles. Gallows and Anderson lost. They're making them look like complete fools. I'm sorry by not giving them the titles yet. I don't know. Anyway, we all got that one wrong. So that put me at that put me at 4-2-1. Nick at 4-2-1, and then Brandon at 2-4-1. And then moving into the main event, which I was actually able to see because, unfortunately, the way my schedule works, I have to miss the beginning of pay-per-views due to business that I cannot speak of on YouTube. So yeah. Anyway, so Owens versus Rollins for the Universal title. I was able to catch this match. It was pretty good. Outside the fact of Owens breaking Rollins' ribs. Although he could have just potentially done that to himself with the frog splashes or whatever. But I mean, anyway, so for those of you who just finished Monday Night Raw like I did, obviously you know that Owens retained because he obviously walked out with the belt for the highlight reel and for the match. Yeah, so Owens won. So that put Nick and I both at 5-2-1, Brandon at 2-5-1. So pretty much, and as far as the tiebreaker, Nick and I, we decided that we wanted to do over/under 4 total finishers in the match. So there were, as far as I can tell, there were 3 total finishers between Rollins, Owens, and anybody who interfered, because that's what we decided to make as total. And there were 3, because if my calculations were correct, I believe there are 2 pedigrees by Rollins and 1 powerbomb by Owens. So that was obviously 2 + 1 is 3. So yeah, so I picked the over, which means that Nick won because obviously he was under. Excuse me. So final standings for Clash of Champions was Nick in first place via tiebreaker at 5-2-1. Me in second place by tiebreaker with 5-2-1. And then Brandon in last place at 2-5-1. So yeah, so pretty much how it's going to work is Brandon gets a punishment this time around. Nick will get immunity for, I believe, No Mercy. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we can all get together before No Mercy. Because we have a lot of stuff that we have to do, both prediction-wise, top 10-wise, and just videos in general, because we have a lot of good things in store. I'll give you guys a very small secret. Our plans for the new season involve more gold. And just like I put in the description for my last video, which was the Clash of Champions predictions, I like gold, as you can see by this right here. I hold it very near and dear to my heart, outside of the fact that I made it. But yeah, so as you guys know, Nick and Brandon sharpied or colored their belt. Where I like fighting for gold. So just like I said in my comments, in my description box, they didn't have any gold, so I just simply made them myself. But yeah, I mean, also just in the fact of whenever they come over here, we can just we have a belt that they don't have to keep bringing it around. That's why we also made two Trivia Championships when that was happening. It's also why I didn't make the promos with the US belt when I had it. But we now have this right here. It's going to be good. And like I said, we have another title. Like I said in the secret, we have one more title coming that will lead us into next season and hopefully seasons going forward. But yeah, so just a small little secret going into season 2, because there will be a season 2 as far as we know. We're probably going to take the winter, while it's still cold and everything, because as for those of you who live in New Jersey know, it gets cold. So yeah, so we'll probably be taking the winter to discuss plans for the titles for just pretty much everything we want to do for season 2. The trivia titles retired, so we really can't do much as far as title defenses. That's why we're kind of just going to try and hit the ground running as early as we can in the spring. Hopefully the spring is good to us and it'll be slightly warm. But yeah, so like I said, definitely, if anything, season 2 will involve at least one more piece of gold. It may not actually be gold, but it is what it is. So yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. It's currently 12:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Monday night, which means I need to get some sleep. Alright, guys, so don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends to both the Putover Club channels and the POC show. If you're coming over from the POC show, please do not forget to subscribe here, because this channel is just a branch off of what you see in the POC show. Because pretty much this is just my channel that I run, where the POC show is Nick and Brandon's channel, where I'm also involved. This is my channel where Nick and Brandon are also involved. So I'd appreciate it if you guys can please just stick with me as well. Help me out. Help me in my ranks. And yeah. So until we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shotgun Mike Strabi. I am your Putover Club Heavyweight Champion. We love you guys. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you for supporting us through everything. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.